Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Rob Talks podcast. And this is episode 12. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be covering a topic that I feel as though I'm quite passionate about, and it's one of the things I love to think about in life. And it is all to do with money and why really money isn't everything. Now, money is quite a controversial topic in some ways because money really makes the world go round. It's the way that our economies work, and it's the ways that businesses work, and how you're able to get the things that you need to survive, or even to buy the things that help you live a life of luxury. And so money is undeniably an important thing, and it is an important aspect of our society and our life. And I am sure, like many of you listening, you've probably had that time of where you've maybe considered what would society be like without money. And that is very much kind of how society used to be like thousands of years ago in terms of trading and focusing upon how you could get something for something else. We're always thinking really transactionally when it comes to items of value in our lives, and when we're depending upon that something has a certain value. In a way, that's why money works, and that's why money is an important aspect. But I firmly believe that it is not everything when it comes to life, and especially in the context of thinking about having happiness and fulfillment in your life. Because we get sent this kind of constrained, weird kind of story in that as you grow up, you need to go for the highest achieving career possible in terms of how much you're going to get paid. Because then society won't view you as being successful unless you've earned a lot of money and you have a lot of desirable things. And if anything, this is really perpetuated within the world that we live in because of social media and the personas that we show on social media, and consequently how we show ourselves to the rest of the world. It matters so much. And clearly a picture showing someone with a Lamborghini gets more likes than just showing a picture of someone really happy, I don't know, walking or hiking in the middle of nowhere, and they're just happy. Like, if we're going to compare in terms of how people value things and how people view things, money always seems to come back to what we judge as being what makes people happy and what makes people being successful. So, one of the reasons why I'm very passionate about this is because there is research to do with this. This has been researched massively and has involved even a research case study that involved millions of people, which is unheard of in some pieces of research. You usually get researchers and studies that are done with thousands of people, maybe hundreds of thousands of people if you're lucky. But in this case, this research has been done with millions of people from across the globe. And what it found essentially from judging people's quality of life, their level of happiness, and their level of income, they were able to find that there is a certain trajectory that happens as you earn money. So your level of happiness and quality of life goes up as you earn money. However, it plateaus at a certain level. And this level is around about $80,000 a year, give or take, 75,000 pounds, I believe, in one similar study. But around that area, it actually starts to plateau and then goes down. So anybody who actually earns more than that amount of money, it goes down. And you would think that shouldn't be the case, right? Because the person who's earning hundreds of thousands a year is able to have the nice house. They're able to have the nice car. They're able to buy whatever they wish. They're able to have all these amazing items, all these amazing things in our life. And it's because those things truly don't make us happy. And that's why I think it is so important that when we are considering our careers and considering what we want to do as a job in life, because usually jobs and even being an entrepreneur or running a business, that's what's going to make you money, but you have to decide what you're going to do. And I think that's why there is a big element with money that comes into the idea of work-life balance, or as I prefer to kind of look at it, as life-work balance. Now, what I mean by this is that For you to be able to live your life, you need to do work to earn money. And that's usually the kind of scale and usually the system that we see, and that you have to do work to earn money so that then you can live the life that makes you happy, that makes you feel fulfilled and joyous. And usually for most people, this is a kind of thing of you go to work Monday to Friday, 9 till 5, or however long. It can be longer in some cases for some people. You earn the money that you need to survive and then have the rest to then spend on the weekend to go and do whatever makes your life joyous and happy. But the truth is, if you want to, I firmly believe, and research has shown, you can live an even more fulfilled and even happier life by, in a way, breaking this idea of work-life balance, because you can make it as one. Now, I know that it can be incredibly difficult according to what context or what environment you are currently in and what age you are and what stage of life you're in for you to be able to do this. But imagine this scenario. If you are able to go to work every day, but the work that is earning you money is making you happy because you are actually pursuing a passion, or you're pursuing something that makes you feel fulfilled, whatever it may be. You may be someone that loves problem solving and fixing things and making people happy. So maybe you're a designer, maybe you're an engineer, maybe you're a humble mechanic, or maybe you're somebody that gains great fulfillment from seeing how you have changed people's lives, how you've saved people's lives. Maybe that's meaning that within your career it's more focused towards being a doctor or a policeman or a fireman, firewoman, whatever it may be. We have to consider these things, because just think, what about if you could live a life of where work-life balance is thrown out the window? You just live your life as your life, because your work is fulfilling, and then you get the money to then also make the rest of your life have those moments of joy that ultimately, overall, makes you happy and makes you enjoy life. That's something I feel like so many of us have to consider, and not just look at the world as black and white. We need to be able to shake it up sometimes. And I know it's been drilled into you that you need to do your career and then you can do the fun stuff. But I genuinely believe that you can, if you find your passion, you find your purpose, you find what makes you tick, you can do both and ultimately feel fulfilled and be happy. And honestly, that's the journey I'm kind of going on now, and I'm forever wanting to pursue into the future. I don't want to focus upon what is my work-life balance. I want to focus upon what makes my life happy as a whole. What, as my whole life, in every aspect of it, makes me feel fulfilled. And I think there's another angle to consider with money, in that we're able to buy all these amazing items and you're able to go on these amazing holidays. And so much of it comes down to what is our perception of wealth? What's our perception of being rich, of having an amazing time? Because the truth is, what happens is, as you get richer, your expectations in life change. Because as me right now, someone that probably couldn't afford a very expensive steak in a restaurant, if someone was to give that to me for free, I would think, wow, this tastes amazing. This experience is amazing. But if you give it to someone who is earning millions of pounds, millions of dollars a year, and they've had similarly good steaks before, their expectations are all of a sudden so much higher that it means that it doesn't allow them to actually enjoy the moment. It means it doesn't allow them to actually be happy about the fact that they've got this amazing meal in front of them. It doesn't allow them to live life as joyous as maybe they once did. And that's always something to consider, and is why a part of the equation of happiness, a massive part of it, is to do with our perspective, and particularly our expectations. Because if our expectations are forever high, soaring in the sky, expecting the best of the best of the best of the best, to the point of being nearly perfect, it's impossible to be happy because practically nothing will ever reach that standard. And that's why genuinely money in that case doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what amount of money that you have, because whatever money you have, be it a lot, be it very little, it all comes down then to what your perspective is. That's why, in the most extreme cases, a child in Africa who may be starving and is barely able to collect water every day may be happier by being given a bowl of rice or a bowl of food compared to giving it to, say, Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. That's the truth of it. I know that's very extreme examples, but that's the truth of it because their expectations as individuals is different. And that's where I truly believe that money doesn't matter. And there's something else to consider, I believe, within this whole idea of having money within our lives. And it is really posing the question, why? Why do you honestly want to earn X amount of money? Why do you honestly want to be rich, or what you would deem as rich and wealthy? Why do you want that? Is it so that you can buy the Lamborghini and then you use it for 3 months and then you get bored? Or is it because you actually want to do something with that money that actually then makes you feel fulfilled because it's fulfilling your passion, it's fulfilling your purpose that you believe you have, or that it's fulfilling in a way that is going to make you happy? And I pose the question like that because there is a difference between happiness and joy. Happiness is something that has longevity, that actually makes us feel fulfilled inside. It's a truly amazing feeling. Joy is, however, so short that it's great and we need moments of joy, but they won't give us long-term happiness. And so if you are out there and you're in a career of where you know you're going to be earning a lot of money, or maybe you have aspirations to earn a lot of money, just consider, what are you going to do with that money? Why do you actually need that money? And consequently, what effect will that have on your life? Because ultimately, that then comes down to your perspective again, your expectations. What do you expect to be a comfortable life? And so I think also from even my own experiences, I can speak on this in terms of that. I think when looking back at my kind of work experience, or if you were to look through my CV, my past experiences are probably slightly different to a lot of people who are 21 years old. A lot of people who are 21 years old, the majority of them have tried to get a job at 16, or have tried to get some way to have a little bit of income so that then you can go and buy that car, so that you can then go on that holiday with your friends, whatever it may be, buy the jewelry that you want, whatever it may be. But me personally, I have only ever had 2 jobs where I have been paid, and I'm 21. And one of them was an internship in the UK that was within the last 6 months, and also working in a cafe over the summer. And that's it. Everything else I have done is voluntary. It's not expecting to be paid. And I've had so many conversations with people where they're wondering, why do you do that? Because it just seems really stupid. And it's because it's for more than just ticking a box on my CV. If anything, it's for way more than that. It's because of the passions that I have in my life. It's because of the outcomes from doing what I do. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel happy and fulfilled inside. Why do you think I do this YouTube channel? Why do you think I make these videos? I do this podcast? I'm currently taking time on an evening to do this, and then it will take me a couple of hours to edit and upload and everything. That's time I could be doing something else. And I'm not being paid for this at all. If anything, I could be technically losing money. But why do I do it? Because there's something more to it. I have a passion for this, and I feel it is part of my purpose in trying to help others. And that's what I feel like we have to consider more when we are trying to understand our life in the balance, but also with our careers in the future. Don't just chase the career that's going to give you a load of money if that money is actually in the long run not going to make you happy. Because trust me, you will hit a point of where you kind of think, yeah, life is great, life is excellent. But once you start getting past that $80,000 mark, and you start getting into being what would be known as notably very wealthy, life will be different. And unless your perspective changes, unless your expectations change within that period of time, I genuinely think that you will be less happy. And the study has shown this, research has shown this. And so this isn't now me then saying anybody who is going to earn a lot of money should just stop, should just quit. You should keep going as long as you truly believe that you are passionate about that career, that you actually feel as though that career is making you feel fulfilled. Because then it gets rid of the whole idea of work-life balance. It's just you living your life and having a great life. And at the same time, it's giving you money to be able to survive and live in a life that, by your perception, is comfortable and that you feel comfortable within. That really is all that we want as humans. And the problem is that we idolize this world of where we are earning millions every single year, and that supposedly that's the life we need, that's the life of comfort, that's the life that we desire so much. But the truth is that you don't actually need that amount of money. You just need the amount of money that is going to make you feel comfortable and that is going to allow you to lead the life that you want to lead, that makes you happy and makes you feel fulfilled. And I think has just one last point with this is to touch upon a topic that I've actually spoken about before, which is all to do with a concept that Simon Sinek came up with, which is all to do with having a finite mindset in life and an infinite mindset. And I think money comes into this as well, because money is something that we have to understand is quite finite minded. Because what happens when you earn money? You earn money over your period of lifetime, you get to buy all these X things, you get to do these fun things, and then you die, and that money means nothing anymore. So what was the point in earning of all of that money? What was the point in going after that career that maybe you spent 40, 50 years in that you actually didn't enjoy that much, but it got you the bucks, it got you the money that you needed to have those moments of joy. But in fact, on your deathbed, you regret what you did and you regret not leading the life that you truly, actually, authentically wanted to live. That honestly is what happens. And you can look, there is research, there are studies that are done, very famous studies that are done, all to do with what are people's biggest regrets on their deathbeds. And one of them that comes up in it is that they focus too much on doing X amount of work for X amount of money, and it didn't make them happy. It didn't make them feel fulfilled. And that's why I'm passionate about just trying to get this message out there of that you don't need to feel forced that you need to have a career that's going to get you a load of money. You have to consider actually what is going to make you happy and what is going to make you feel fulfilled. I also think overall that this is just a really interesting topic. So if you have any thoughts, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, or comment on my Instagram, or send me a message and we can have a chat about this. But I genuinely think and stand by that I believe that money isn't everything and that there is so much more to life than purely what wage you earn at the end of the month. You have been listening to the Rob Talks podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next Monday.
You have just been listening to the Rob Talks podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and please make sure to subscribe and give me a follow on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, or even LinkedIn. And I will speak with you soon. Stay safe and have a great week.